So freshman year. Freshman year was a rude awakening for me. I went to this year with many people telling me all about how much harder high school is. You can't just not study for your tests. You gotta do your work. You gotta actually focus in class. And of course, I was very young and gullible, so I didn't listen to any of them. And so, whenever I didn't listen to them, I didn't study, my grades started to drop. And with that, my family, my dad especially, was not very happy with me. So he got right up on my butt. We started doing my weekly grade checks, and he made a spreadsheet of my grades every week and inputted it. And if I had any missing assignments, he would put it there. And the next week he would check, see if I turned it in. If not, it was not pretty. Anyway, that was fun. Also in January of my freshman year, my family took in our first foster placement. This was for over 2 years. This was also very different. I'd always been the youngest kid in the household. I did not know really what to do with myself because my parents' attention were elsewhere, trying to help these kids adjust into a new life, a more sustainable, a more safe road. And so I slacked off even more in my school. And my dad was not happy whenever he saw my semester grades. So that's a little bit about that. That's me. As you can see, I look a lot different. Going into freshman year, I was about 5'2", maybe 100 pounds, if that. And so that's about freshman year, a little recap. And then some awards and achievement. I got my first year varsity letterman in tennis. Being a part of the tennis team was something awesome to me. The seniors that took me in under their wing a little bit really helped me grow, not just as a tennis player, but also as a young adult. One of them being Payne Henry, who is also a Decker. I got the freshman academic achievement for a 3.5 GPA. How I got this, very shocking to me. But I got that, and also I got confirmed at my church. That was something that has been a long process throughout my whole freshman year, and then eventually in May 3rd getting confirmed was awesome. And from favorite classes and teachers, Family Consumer Science, which was then Miss Van Hoos, but now it's Miss Schimmel. That was a fun class. It was weird for me because that's the only class that I had upperclassmen in. There's a bunch of seniors, juniors, sophomores, and me, so that was kind of nice, a little bit different. Pre-AP at biology with Mr. Ziedrich. Mr. Ziedrich was an awesome guy. He was funny. He called me stupid whenever I was being stupid. He called me out whenever I was not paying attention, and he really helped me get to that level of trying in school. And also pre-AP American History with Roller, call him Holy Roller for a good reason, because he really is a funny guy. Told me all about how scary his wife is, and it's true, she is very scary. And also about his mother-in-law, who he's not a big fan of. And on to sophomore year. So at the start of sophomore year, me and my friends all made an agreement to not play video games. Video games are something I've always spent time doing, and let's just say that didn't last very long. The new season of Fortnite came out, and I was about 3 weeks into school, so I started playing video games on the weekdays. Also, that eventually led to my grades slipping again. This time a little bit worse than freshman year. Some classes I was actually failing one class. At some point, my dad was not too happy with me, gave me a stern talking to, and continued with the weekly grade checks. So I got lazy in school and didn't try hard. This is also the year that COVID came along. COVID was something that impacted my class especially a lot because from March on, we didn't know what the future was going to hold. We didn't know if we were going back to school. We didn't know how this would impact our AP classes. At the time, I was in my first AP class, AP World History. Coach Harper, probably one of the hardest classes I've ever taken at Rogers High School. But then it got nice where we found out that we didn't have to do any work. They kind of gave us, and with that, I was able to bump up my GPA. That really helped me, got me more motivated whenever I saw, oh wow, I can actually achieve high in school. And if I had to tell my pre-sophomore year self one thing, it'd be to focus on school. But also still have fun with your friends, but you need to focus more on school and not just not do your work. Sophomore year continued. This is where I first got my first year of Chamber of Commerce words, which is a 3.5 GPA or higher. I also got inducted into the Rogers Honors Academy in my second year of varsity letterman, and I scored a 4 on my AP World exam. That Scoring a 4 on the AP World exam was something special to me because I always struggled in that class throughout the whole year. I had people helping me out with my work, teaching it to me, especially Emma. She really helped me in that class. And then also one of my cousins who took it a year or so before had his whole presentation and helped me out studying for that test. Favorite classes / teachers? German 1 with Jarvis. It was something different. I didn't want to just take Spanish like most students here at Rogers High School. I want to do something different, something that was more interesting to me. So I chose German. I learned a lot. I didn't learn a lot. I retained some, didn't retain a lot. But that was a fun class. And then pre-AP Algebra 2 with Miss Rainey. Miss Rainey was awesome to me. She loved my older sister, so that's probably why she liked me. Otherwise, who knows? On to junior year. Here's a picture of me junior year. As you can tell, from freshman year to junior year, I look a lot different. Over the time of COVID, I probably grew about 7 inches and gained about 50 pounds. That was a fun time. So junior year is when I finally just step up my studies. I signed up for 3 AP classes, being AP Gov, APLAC, and APES. All those, they took so much time and effort for me to do well in them, but I really, really enjoyed those classes. Also, that was the year where I really started getting involved in DECA. My childhood neighbor, Grant Ressler, was the president of there, and he told me if I really tried, got to know what I could be on the leadership team the following year. And fast forward now, I was the executive vice president this year. It's since been a big part of my life, and DECA is kind of coming to an end after Make-A-Wish, which is sad to me. But on top of that, I got selected onto the Regent Student Bank Board, which was also awesome. Dr. Woodruff is also the sponsor of that. I got to go to Regent's Bank, learn a little bit about banking, but also go out in the community and help. That was super fun and loved it. And then if I could tell my pre-junior year self one thing, it'd be keep up that good work and effort you were putting in on your grades. Some awards and achievements. I got my 2nd year Chambers of Commerce Award. I was a Regent Student Bank Board member. I was on the DECA leadership team, got inducted into National Honor Society, my 3rd year varsity letterman for tennis, and I scored 3 on all AP exams. I took all 3 of them back-to-back days almost. So studying took a lot of time and effort. Also, this is the year I got kicked out of Rogers Honors Academy for not showing up. Apparently those meetings are mandatory, so if you're in that, stay in there. So my favorite classes, marketing with Dr. Woodruff. That was awesome, as well as APES with Miss Oliveri. That was cool to learn about the environment. You know, I didn't really know a whole lot. Learned some cool words like eutrophixation. I could say that to people and they don't know what it means. I sound really smart. Also AP Gov and Politics with TJ. That was a really interesting class. It was in an election year, so at the beginning of the year we went over the election. We stayed up to date with it, and I really enjoyed that. I feel like that made that class a little bit more special. And also Algebra 3. I took pre-cal my first semester with Miss Roller. Mr. Roller was right, she is scary, so I didn't drop the class. And so I went to Coach Taylor. It was Coach Taylor's first year. He's very different than Miss Roller. He's very energetic, he slaps the board, he'll call you out. I really enjoyed that. On to senior year. As you can see, I look a lot different from freshman year. That's an interesting photo. I had my mullet. I also had a mullet my sophomore and junior year. It's kind of something I did. And this is my final year at Rogers High School. And my time here went by quick. I remember coming here freshman year with my sister showing me where to go. And now she's off in college. She's going to graduate in a couple of years. And in my senior year, I took 4 college classes: college algebra, finite, comp 1, and comp 2. All those classes were amazing. I learned a lot, and it's also helping me be able to graduate college faster. I also took my last final AP class with TJ in AP Psychology. One of the most interesting classes I've probably taken at Rogers High School. You learn so much. You learn about your mind, mental health, everything, and it's awesome. Also, I got to be in front of the student section and help lead it. That's probably one of my favorite highlights is football games, Friday nights coming. Our senior class, we love school spirit, so we were here an hour and a half before game time, just sitting there on the rail talking to each other. It was a blast. And also, I got to be part of Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish was just yesterday. It's one of my favorite things here at Rogers. Took a lot of time, effort, memorization, and sacrifice to put that on, but I would do it again in a heartbeat if I could. Also, it's my final year of playing competitive athletics. I've been playing sports since I was tiny, 3 or 4, and with it being, it's weird. I have more free time. I've gained some weight from not doing anything, which is not okay. But here at Rogers High School, I've loved every second of my time here. All the memories I made with my friends, my teachers, the administration, all that, it was awesome. If I could tell my pre-senior year self one thing, it'd be not to change a thing that you did. I would take all the same classes again. If I wouldn't, I would not have met Dr. Woodruff or TJ, who are 2 of my favorite teachers and biggest mentors in my life right now. Some more things, my awards and achievements. 3rd year Chamber of Commerce Award, Region Student Bank Board. I was the Executive Vice President of DECA. I placed 2nd at DECA State in, Automotive Services. 2nd year of National Honor Society. My 4th year varsity letterman. I partaked in senior projects, which was super cool. Worked with Miss Riffle. She was great to work with. I learned a lot about diversity in this area. Learned that actually Springdale is like the Marshallese capital of the world for the Marshallese people, and I would not have known that if I didn't do that. Also, I completed my CSL, Community Service Learner, which is 75 hours of community service throughout my 4 years here at Rogers High School. And with this, I'm getting Graduate of Promise, which took a lot of work, but definitely worth it. And Make-A-Wish, like I said earlier, that's one of the best things I've done here at Rogers High School. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Favorite classes, Marketing Management with Dr. Woodruff. He's real fun. He's fun to work with. He can be hard to work with sometimes, but it's definitely worth it. AP Psych with TJ, again, I love TJ. She's been a great teacher to me. She's taught me a whole lot, not just in the classroom, but as a person. Then College Comp with Miss Hudson. She was awesome. She likes to talk, but she always has something good to say. She's not just talking to talk. And actually, this year is the year I finally felt like I've been able to write better essays and really get rid of those dead words and sound more professional. And also Outdoor Ed with Belk. That's just a fun class. Going with my friends rock climbing, kayaking, fishing, all that has been a blast. Then my thank you. So my time in the Rogers Public School District was not as long as most people. With me transferring to Kirksey my 8th grade year, prior to that I was at St. Vincent's. It's a Catholic school. Had my ups and downs there, but I loved it. I hated it, but I know it was probably the best thing my parents could have done for me for elementary school and part of middle school. Also, I'd like to say a big thank you to all my teachers and mentors who have got me here today. Thank you, TJ, for being here. Thank you, Dr. Woodruff. You guys really do mean the world to me. Also, a big thank you to my parents who have helped me through this whole process. Through me not doing my work freshman, sophomore year, weekly grade checks, being on my butt about all that. They have kept me on track throughout this journey. My future plans. The college application process was a very stressful experience in the fall, trying to decide whether I want to apply through the Common App, which I did for 2 schools, and then I did through the website on 1. I do not recommend that, because what's on the Common App is the exact same thing on the school's website, even though I didn't know that. So writing essays and going and trying to find teachers and others to put down as references. Dr. Woodruff, I put you down. TJ, I put you down. Thank you for that, letting me do that. Also, so I got into 2 out of my 3 colleges. I applied to the University of Arkansas, University of St. Thomas, my dad's alma mater, in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the University of Minnesota. I got into St. Thomas, and I got a $30,000 a year scholarship, and also the University of Arkansas I got into, then I got waitlisted from the University of Minnesota, which is fine, you know, whatever. But, so, I started applying for scholarships. I have applied to the community scholarships. We'll hear May 10th on what I get from there, as well as the bank board scholarships. With all that being done, I will be attending the University of Arkansas to study business, either between finance or supply chain management, and I got the leadership scholarship, which is $2,000 a year. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and thank you for being here today.